ABC Family, a channel that I'm sure the majority of us are very familiar with. You know, a network that I'm certain most of us have had some sort of history with, whether we realized it or not. Whether it was always tuning into the channel's seasonal programming blocks like 31 Nights of Halloween or 25 Days of Christmas, or being an avid viewer of the channel's original content, or maybe you only know ABC Family as the channel that always aired Harry Potter movies. Regardless of the reason, ABC Family was a channel that was very well known to the average millennial. And boy, did this channel truly resonate with our generation. And honestly, how could it not, when we had shows teaching us such valuable lessons, like what true relationship goals look like?
Why did you ask me here?
I asked you here because I don't see you as a child.
Wait, what? No, not that one, okay? That was very much illegal.
You're going to jail, period!
We're gonna ignore that one, okay? But what I meant was, the shows gave us a lot of great tips to use in our everyday lives, like tips on how to correctly console your emotional girlfriend.
I'm such a whore.
You're my whore.
HeyItsMeB, and I am back with another video for you guys. You know, as someone that spent the majority of my adolescence obsessing over ABC Family shows, I thought it would only be right for me to kind of go over the golden era of the network. And while ABC Family shows definitely weren't strangers to controversy and just problematic ideals in general, a lot of problematic ideals, we can't ignore the fact that this network was defining cultural aspects of my generation's upbringing. So for today's video, I will be discussing the rise and possible fall of the network, and basically, you know, going over what I consider to be the golden era of ABC Family. But before we do that, we must take it all the way back to the origins of ABC Family. Originally founded in 1977 by this guy, popular televangelist Pat Robinson, the network, then referred to as CBN Satellite Network, focused mainly on religious programming, such as the popular flagship program, The 700 Club. So side note, if you ever wondered why you constantly saw the 700 Club airing on ABC Family like really late at night or early in the morning, it's actually because of a certain condition in a contract that required the show to always air regardless of how much time has passed or like who owned the network. And although we don't really know the conditions of the actual contract itself, we do know that like a publicist from the ABC Family said that they have no like plans to stop airing the show even now. So I guess that kind of tells you what kind of deal they had. Anyways, back to the ABC Family lesson. So it wasn't until 1981 when the network changed its name to the CBN Cable Network that they started showcasing more family-oriented programs. One of them being the late-night block of classic family shows such as The Many Loves of Dobie Gillis and I Married Joanne. Interesting enough, this was actually rumored to have been the inspiration behind Nickelodeon's 1985 launch of Nick at Night, which is pretty cool honestly, because I'm pretty sure like most of us have watched Nick at Night at least once in our lives, so it's kind of cool that that was inspired by ABC Family. The more you know. In 1988, the network rebranded yet again by changing the name from the CBN Cable Network to the CBN Family Channel. However, by 1990, the channel was becoming way too profitable to match with CBN's non-profit status, so they decided to drop the CBN in the name, and therefore the Family Channel was born, along with the new for-profit corporation the network would operate under, called IFE. Now, after a few years of this, IFE decided to sell the network, and in 1998, Fox buys out the channel and renames it the Fox Family Channel. And Fox didn't just stop there. They actually ended up buying IFE as a whole and ended up renaming it Fox Family Worldwide. And with the new name of the channel, they made plans to rebrand with the idea that it would be for kids during the day and families at night. And y'all, oh my god, y'all will never guess who absolutely ruled this network during this time. All right, I'll give you a few seconds to guess. Like, put it down in the comments. I will wait patiently right here. Okay, you're done? Okay, well guys, it was none other than the absolute icons, Mary-Kate and Ashley. They were on their shit back then. In fact, they had 3 whole series under this channel, okay? They were not playing around with y'all, okay? They were gonna get their check whether y'all wanted them to or not. It was their world, we were just living in it. Now, unfortunately, Mary-Kate and Ashley could only do so much for this channel because by the late 90s, the channel was experiencing some troubles due to its heavier focus on youth-oriented programming. In fact, it actually alienated their adult audience and caused a 35% drop in viewership ratings. Yeah. And you know, even though they tried to fix this with the launch of 2 new digital networks, the Boys and the Girls channel, very creative names there, it just did not work. Didn't work, so it's safe to say they were in their flop era during this time. So come 2001, Fox Family Worldwide is officially sold to the Walt Disney Company for $2.9 billion, plus the $2.3 billion in debt, and by 2002, the Fox Family Channel was renamed as ABC Family. Around this time, the channel would air reruns of old shows from ABC's TGIF programming block in the 90s, as well as currently airing ABC shows like Life with Bonnie. They also started to incorporate movies into their programming, one of them being Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, which they had a 10-year cable rights agreement to. Eventually, the network made new plans to attract more teens, college-age students, and young women. There was also a suggestion to rename the channel to XYZ, kind of like a playoff on ABC, but Disney basically said nah, and kept it moving, so they kept the name. And y'all, not to be a conspiracy channel or anything like that, but I will say some do believe that this has something to do with whatever contract they had with Pat Robinson in the beginning, the same contract that requires the 700 Club to always air. They think it might have required for family, like the word family, to always be in the name of the network. So, you know, it's something to think about, kind of creepy, but anyways, moving on. Regardless, the network kept with the rebranding plan and issued a new slogan for the channel with the phrase, "A New Kind of Family," in 2006, which issued in a new era of racier, teen-oriented programming. So now, guys, we have officially reached the era that we're all familiar with, the era that y'all clicked on this video for, and that was the era that we all grew up watching. Some would even say that that was the grown-up version of Disney. And, you know, they wouldn't be wrong about that, to be honest, because I feel like most people that were watching ABC Family during this time were the demographic that Disney used to have, that were kind of growing out of, well, like, enjoying kid-oriented shows. So they were kind of looking for something a little bit more spicier, something a little bit more grown and age appropriate. And that's what ABC Family was for a lot of us.
She's got a point.
So what were some of these shows, you ask? Well, the first show to have aired on this network that kind of ushered in this new era was actually Kyle XY, which was ABC Family's highest rated show from June 2006 to July 2008, even mustering up 5.6 million views on the actual ABC channel, which honestly is a huge surprise to me because I was always under the impression that Kyle XY was like one of the underrated shows. Come to find out when I'm doing research that it was actually incredibly successful, not only for ABC Family, but also even on ABC. So, I mean, that's pretty cool. I mean, the show was pretty good. Although all I remember from it was that this guy didn't have a belly button. Moving on. Then comes Secret Life of the American Teenager, which debuted in 2008 with over 2.8 million viewers, beating Kyle XY as a network's highest rated show. Other shows that aired during this era were Greek, Make It or Break It, and my personal fave, Lincoln Heights. Like, for real, y'all, I will never forgive y'all for sleeping on the show, okay? It had a kind of a good run. I think it had like 4 seasons. 4 seasons was too short for me. I would have wanted 4 more seasons. The show was incredibly good, and it was an all-black cast. We loved to see it. Okay, they even had Chadwick Boseman making regular appearances in that show. Okay, that's how you know. That is how you know that this show was real. Okay, get into it. Lincoln Heights, get into it.
Yeah, get into it.
Anyways, moving on to the year 2010, something big happened that year. Arguably the biggest thing that happened to the network till this day, and that was the premiere of Pretty Little Liars. Saying this show was a phenomenon would honestly be an understatement. Like, y'all don't understand the hold that it had over our generation, okay? Like, not only was this a huge staple for ABC Family, but it was honestly a huge staple for young millennials as we knew it. And I don't think it's wrong to say that this was our era's Gossip Girl. Now, although Pretty Little Liars didn't beat Secret Life's premiere ratings, it wasn't very far behind, and it didn't take long for the show to become ABC Family's most watched series in history. You know, with its highest rated episode ranking in 4.2 million viewers. And when you have a show that's based off of an already popular book series, it's only a matter of time before you start seeing some success. I'm talking awards, international adaptations, spin-offs. None of them are good, but that's besides the point. There was an attempt, and that's all that matters. And currently even a reboot in the works. Now, I say this all to say that yes, the show was very iconic and without a doubt extremely successful. Now, was it a good show?
It's still debatable.
And I'm gonna be honest with y'all, like looking back at this show over a decade later, I can honestly say that this show was kind of trash and very problematic without a doubt. But did that stop them from having our whole generation by the throat? No, because we clearly ate that shit up for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. It was the show, okay? Until it wasn't. And that that brings me to the second portion of today's video, which is discussing the fall of ABC Family. Yeah, so hear me out here, y'all. The Wall Street Journal states that in the 2014 to 2015 TV season, ABC Family averaged a primetime audience of 1.2 million, which was a 7% drop from the prior season, according to Nielsen. Now, if you look at Pretty Little Liars ratings during this time, you'll notice that they had their biggest dip in ratings up until then. Now, don't get me wrong, y'all, there were tons of other shows that aired during this time that were very successful, like Switched at Birth, which actually ended up beating Secret Life's premiere rating record. Good for them. The Fosters, and Melissa and Joey. So obviously, Pretty Little Liars wasn't single-handedly carrying the network. However, I think it's safe to say that the show was the bread and butter of ABC Family. And when you have a show that's significantly more successful than anything else airing at that time, the status of the network can easily be influenced by the status of that show. You know, many people, including myself, started dropping Pretty Little Liars during this time due to the kind of ridiculous direction the story was going. Actually, Friendly Space Ninja had made a great video going into further detail about the absolute monstrosities of the show. So it doesn't really surprise me that the network itself started to, experience some decline at this time too. Of course, we can't solely attribute this to just one thing in one show. Actually, a lot of shows during this time were experiencing drops in ratings, probably due to the rise in popularity of streaming services like Netflix and Hulu. Also, when it comes to ABC Family specifically, I believe that the drop in ratings could also be a result of the target demographic simply outgrowing the network and moving on to actual adult programming. And this is kind of what happened. On October 6, 2015, ABC announced that they would be rebranding the network as Freeform, hoping to ditch their wholesome family image and reach more millennials/adults, which they refer to as becomers. ABC Family President Tom Ascham described the new branding as from first kiss to first kid, and that becomers are people in high school, college, and a decade after. And according to him, he felt that ABC Family wasn't going to resonate with future viewers after its current audience age of the demographic. So with that, the Freeform rebranding took effect on January 12, 2016. This change actually coincided with the premiere of the second half of Pretty Little Liars Season 6, which still ended up experiencing a drop in ratings, so yeah. But also the premiere of a new show called Shadowhunters, which actually had pretty decent ratings for the network. After another rebranding attempt with the use of a new slogan in 2018, A Little Forward, even more shows premiered on the network with the hopes of busting stereotypes and showcasing more inclusivity. Shows like The Bold Type, Grownish, Good Trouble, which was a spin-off of The Fosters, Marvel's Cloak and Dagger, and other shows that I simply cannot remember and did not know about because a lot of them did not last that long, ended up premiering. And of course, amongst all of this, we still have the 700 Club, still up and kicking. No, but seriously, ABC offered $42 million to Pat Robertson in order to terminate whatever contract they had, and it still wasn't enough money for him. So that show's gonna be around for a very long time. Alright, y'all, that brings us to the end of today's video. Honestly, I can't really speak too much on the current state of Freeform because I really just don't watch it anymore. But I will say, I definitely don't think this channel is like over. I know I'm making it seem like it's over or whatever, but they still have a very dedicated audience and more new shows are in the works as we speak. Plus it's owned by ABC and Disney, so it has rights to tons of syndicated TV shows and movies. I mean, with all of that, the network's never gonna run out of things to air. But yeah, it was still nice to reminisce over my favorite era of ABC Family. And like I said before, Lincoln Heights was my favorite show of all time on that channel. So if y'all don't take anything out of this video, at least check out Lincoln Heights. I know it's very old now, but quality TV is still quality TV. And if you guys have any favorite ABC Family or Freeform shows that you want anyone to check out, feel free to leave them in the comments below. Maybe I'll check them out too. And yeah, if you like this video, please like, subscribe, and I will see you guys later. Thanks for watching. Bye.